When will you realize that nobody is going to have your back like a black woman? Yeah, black men, when are we going to realize this? Because see, we have to look past the fact that no other group of women denigrates us, disrespects us, emasculates us, talks down on us, degrades us more than black women. We have to remain oblivious to the fact that no other group of women puts their hands on us, gets us in fights, gets us thrown in jail, or gets us killed more than black women. We have to ignore the reality that no other group of women calls us broke, tell us we ain't shit, ignorant, think they know more than us, think they run us. And we absolutely have to look past the reality that no other group of women is quicker to reject us, neglect us, diss us, or leave us when we don't do what they want us to do, how they want us to do it, than black women. We have to come to the realization and acknowledge that there is indeed no other group of women who have our backs like black women. Even if there's no other group of women who are quicker to stab us in our same backs that they're supposed to have than black women.
$23 million of us, y'all killed since the 1970s. Stop. Y'all can't complain about what the system doing to us, when in the literal sense y'all got just as much blood on y'all hands or more of knocking our own off. Y'all been working with them 6 decades. Y'all put government assistance before our families. 6 decades. Y'all allow some white woman to create a system for y'all to unalive our kids at 23 million. 23. And then y'all wonder why they say we minorities. Y'all got more unaliving of us than the gangs, man. Black women, get y'all shit together.
Hey, shalom, shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. The so-called black woman will have no help / protection when society crashes, okay, or when society falls apart. All right, the so-called black woman, okay, and the black woman can consist of the Negro woman in America, ultimately. All right, your typical black woman that's in America, all right, that has taken full advantage of what Esau Edom has given her through the will of Satan, all right, because little does the so-called black woman know, all right, her arrogance, her haughtiness, okay, comes from the 1960s feminist movement, which was a CIA operation that was intentioned. Okay, I don't know if that's a word, intention, but the intentions of that CIA feminist movement was to get the black woman to go against her man, right, and to depend on government assistance and start to look at the so-called black man as a subhuman, okay, and start to look at the black man as a stepping like a stepping stool, and that's how the so-called black woman treats the so-called black man. Okay, she treats him like shit, right, to say the least. Okay, everybody knows that. All right, they show you in all the movies. Off the top of my head, I can name a couple movies where the black woman is blatantly disrespecting the so-called black man Two Can Play That Game with Vivica Fox. The movie Booty Call, which was Vivica Fox was in that again. Deliver Us from Eva, right? You know, those is just a couple out of probably hundreds of movies that portray the so-called black woman treating the so-called black man like he's beneath her. Okay? The music, you know, look at the type of music that the black woman makes. All right? The only thing she talks about is destroying the black man and treating him like he's trash, right? Because she ain't talking about the white man, you know. Like when you watch a Sexy Red music video, okay, and she talking about how niggas ain't shit, is the white man in the music video, and she's pointing at him, making him look like a fool, you know. In fact, the so-called black woman, she doesn't even refer to the so-called white man as a nigga. She refers to him as she either calls him the white man, sir, or mister, right? So when you hear the black woman, like I was just mentioning, Sexy Red, when you hear her talk about niggas ain't shit, can't trust niggas is dogs, right? And all these other black female artists that say the same shit, when they say niggas, they talking about the so-called black man. Okay, let's just get that clear. Okay, so the black woman has made, you know, like a long-lasting career of constant disrespect and constant disregard for the so-called black man's authority. Okay, because she's been taught that. She's been taught that by Esau Edom. Okay, Esau Edom has taught her to go against her Lord, which her Lord is supposed to be her husband. All right. So this is why the black woman is so out of order the way that she is. Okay. And you know, if you know history, you know, this goes back to chattel slavery. Okay, on the plantation. Okay, they were working these strategies, okay, to turn the so-called black woman against the so-called black man. And then you fast forward to 2026, the so-called black man, he can't even come to common grounds with the so-called black woman. You know, her whole idea about the so-called black man is just negative. You know, you try to work with her, she's negative, right? You try to be a good father, she puts you on child support and takes you through the ringer because you do something she don't like. She's masculine, right? She says a lot of nasty, disrespectful low blows, right? Nasty, disrespectful shit, and she throws a lot of low blows, is what I meant to say. Okay? All of this goddamn disrespect for the so-called black man. Okay? And at this point, these black women, they relish in the fact that, you know, they get to treat the so-called black man like trash, and they get to abort, you know, all of these children by the so-called black man. Okay, so, you know, you got videos like this, okay, where you're starting to see so-called black men talking about how, you know, the black woman is our enemy. And this is something that, you know, we've been telling you through the Holy Spirit, right? But we knew that eventually, okay, Jake was going to start to catch on because, you know, Eve and the serpent, all right, their agreement, all right, is really starting to show. Okay, because as the world begins to fade, okay, the Lord is going to expose everybody. So the Lord is exposing how the so-called black woman has chosen, Esau to be her God, right? She relies on the court system. She relies on the police. And you got a lot of black men that are saying enough is enough, and they calling it out, because this is not a secret. This is not something that's a secret. This is not something that, what I'm saying is, this is my own personal opinion. No, millions of black men, deal with this madness, and primarily in America, because the worst of the black woman is in America. All right. I've talked to black women outside of this country, and, they still got that feminism in them, but they're a lot more sociable. They're a lot more understanding. You can deal with them, just being honest. But it's something about that American black woman that's just, it's just a bitter fucking taste, man. Okay. And the so-called black man out here is saying enough is enough. Right. So you got this Jake, you could tell he's fed up. Right. Because I guess a black woman, he's pretty much going into how, like, how the black woman to sit there and be like, oh, what did she say? What fuck this motherfucker say? Oh, okay. This is what the black woman said. It says, black man, when will you realize that nobody is going to have your back like a black woman? What the fuck are you talking about, bitch? What are you talking about? All this shit that you black women have done, all this shit that you've done, okay, to us as a nation, all right? You've completely sold us out, man, all right? You ain't had our back. What are you talking about? The last time the black woman had our back was prior to the feminist movement. So probably in the 1950s. That's the last time the black woman had our back. Ever since after the 60s, once it got into the 70s, okay, the black woman flipped the switch, all right, and started to, align herself with the agenda of Esau, Edom, the Caucasians, okay? And Esau's agenda was to get us out of the house so that way she could be a single mother and develop a dysfunctional household and fill up the prisons, fill up the institutional systems. That's what it was about. And then who gets paid off that? Esau. You see? So you ain't had our back, man. All right? You ain't had our back. A lot of you black women out there, you like to, you like to shit on the so-called black man and then pat yourself on the back. Like at the same time, you're a good black woman and you're what every black man needs. You black women are going to die out here, man. Okay? For your disobedience. All right? And your wickedness that you've, you dished out to your own men. Okay? Because like this Jake was saying, the black woman is the only woman on earth right now that's tearing down her own men. She's jumping on podcasts, talking shit about us, right? She's getting on panels with Edomites, telling Edomites, can y'all exterminate the so-called black man for us? This is facts, man. Okay? She's linking up with the KKK, trying to get the KKK to exterminate us. And you motherfuckers got the nerve to sit there and say, when are y'all going to realize that ain't nobody going to have your back like the so-called black woman? You're fucking crazy. Okay? The black woman is so goddamn dysfunctional. She's purposely raising her so-called black sons to grow up to be a faggot, man. Where you think all these goddamn effeminate homosexual black men are coming from, man. They're coming from single mother households raised by the black woman. This is what she's doing. Where do you think these fucking Pookie and Ray Ray niggas, these thug niggas is coming from, man? They're coming from her. All right? So you ain't did nothing but help destroy us, man. Okay? You've aligned yourself with Esau. All right? And you and that devil have worked side by side to destroy our image, man. Okay? So when society crashes, don't expect any assistance. Okay? Because you're going to have a lot of black women that's going to pull that card. Because they always do it. You notice that when things get physical, when a man puts his hands on a so-called black woman, or you'll have a situation where, let's just say, a goddamn Chinese nigga, you know, he might get fed up, because everybody's fed up with the nigga woman. A Chinese nigga start whooping her ass in public. He beating her ass in 7-Eleven. What the black woman do? First thing she do is, oh my God, where the black men at? Black men don't stand up for black women. Black men don't protect black women. Ain't nobody coming to come help your ass. Okay? You don't listen. All right? You discredit everything we tell you. How long has the black man been telling you black ass niggas to take them fucking wigs off, man? How long have we been telling you that? How long have we been telling you we want to see you with your natural hair? You don't give a fuck because you don't respect our authority. All right? You cussing us out on the internet. All right? Like I said, pay very close attention when you hear the black woman talk about niggas. Okay? And how this nigga ain't shit. And you just can't trust a nigga and niggas this. And in a sense, she may be right. Because we don't like niggas either. Niggas are a problem of the earth. But you got to understand, the black woman, it's not just about the worst type of niggas. It's any so-called black man is a nigga to her. Even if you're righteous, right? Even if you're not like, the hooligans and the criminals. It don't matter. Okay? Even if you got money. She does not respect us. Okay? And Jake has woken up. Jake has woken up to the bullshit. All right? This is why you think the black woman is the least likely to get married now. The black man has said enough. I'm not marrying you. So guess what? When this shit crash, okay, and I'm just putting a PSA out there for any of you black women, all right, that are not in the right spirit. Okay, any of you out there that, you listen to this video and you might have a problem with what I'm saying, listen very closely to my words. When society crash, because it's getting ready to crash very soon, and it's getting ready to turn into the Purge 10.0, when that happens, you black women are not going to be helped. Nobody's going to come help you. You're going to have to get out here and you're going to have to fight tooth and nail to stay alive by yourself. Okay? Because guess what? The simp ass niggas that's been calling you queen, all right, them little bitch ass niggas that's been telling you a queen and that nigga, don't you ever put your hands on no woman. Okay? Them niggas, they going to be dead. They're going to die quick, all right? Because they weak. Those is weak men, all right? I don't even want to call them men, okay? They're weak boys, all right? Nobody is going to come help you black women, man, because everybody has a problem with the black woman, and she can't see that. She's trying to flip it like everybody's just attacking her and she didn't do anything to anybody. Then why does everybody have a problem with you? You are a problem, okay? You are a fucking problem, man, okay? And everybody's going to remember you. Trust me. When this shit goes belly up, everybody is going to remember you. And nobody is going to come help you. Okay? People are going to watch you black women get brutalized in front of them. And people are just going to look the other way. Okay? Especially the so-called black man, because you hurt us the most. You caused us the most pain. All right? Let me get a scripture real quick. And we'll get that picture in a second. Okay? Show you a reality real quick. We're going to show you a reality. This is Micah 7:10. It says, then she that is mine enemy shall see it. Okay? Is not the so-called black woman our enemy? Okay? Has not she linked up with the so-called white man? All right? To, try to keep us at the bottom. And she's so goddamn reprobate. The black woman is so fucking reprobate, right? She don't even understand that you helping the devil trying to keep us down is inherently keeping you down. Okay? Because you're an extension of the so-called black man. You're not better than the black man. You're under the black man. Okay? You are a part of the black man's house. Right? So you trying to keep us down, you pretty much keeping yourself down, but that's how much hatred she has for the men of her nation. She don't even care if it destroys her. She just wants to see us suffer and us be destroyed. Look at these nigga women that are taking they baby daddies to court, right? And hitting this nigga with all sorts of different child support situations. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not going to sit here and say every single black man, is 100% justified, right? Because you got a lot of black men that are deadbeats, right? A lot of black men that they are some pieces of shit, okay? But if you look up on Google, the so-called black man is actually the most active father in America. So what does that mean? That means that there's more black men that are trying to be in their child's life than there are deadbeats, believe it or not. Okay? All right? It's more black men that actually want to be fathers and that actually are trying to do the right thing by their children. But you got the black woman, okay, because he moved on. He don't want to deal with her crazy bonnet wearing ass, right? She's making his life a living hell, okay? Going back and forth to the courts, right? Increasing the goddamn child support on him, all right? No mercy. She don't have no mercy on the so-called black man. But when it comes to the white man, he gets a pass, okay? The white man can call her a nigger in front of her face. He can spit on her, right? I seen a video where the white man was, he had the black woman on a fucking leash in the kitchen like a dog. And he was putting some fucking some dog food in a goddamn kennel. And she was sitting there eating that shit like a dog, right? Just to please her master. Okay? This is what it's become. All right? So she definitely is our enemy, man. And for you Jakes out there that still got that queen spirit, the black woman is a queen and she's you got a lot of dumbass niggas that sit there and tell you the black woman is God. For you niggas that's still thinking that, man, you niggas better wake the fuck up, man. Okay? And understand what's really going on here. All right? This black woman is rotten, man. Okay? And she deserves everything that the Lord is getting ready to bring to her ass. Okay? Because she's been our enemy for decades now. All right? It says, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. That's your judgment. Okay? So for you black women that have been in America, living your life on a high, all right, trying to be Miss Independent, you know. Now, you know, you talk to a lot of these women, these so-called black women, and you ask them where your man at, and every single one of them say, I don't need no man. And it's almost like they get mad when you ask them where they man at. Like they get mad. They say it with a mad undertone. Like, I don't need no man. Fuck you asking me that for? It's like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? You that angry? You know? You that bitter towards the men of your nation? They are. Okay? They are. All right? And don't, you know, don't get it confused. The the Latino and the Native American woman are the same. They do the same shit. Okay? They're Israelite women as well. They do the same shit. Okay, to the men of they tribes, the men of they nations. Okay? It's just that the black woman, she leads the charge. Okay, with selling out her male counterpart. Okay, destroying his image. She leads the charge because she's the worst one. She's the one that teaches them how to get it going. You notice that whenever a lot of these, other tribes, when they link up with that American black woman, they start to get like their wickedness increases like 3 to 4 notches. Okay, because they learn that shit from her. All right. Where you think these bitches get all of this shit where they walking around with wigs now and these long ass fingernails, right? Talking all ghetto, smoking weed, tattoos all over their body, looking crazy, man. The black woman, okay? All right? So she gonna be trotting down as the mire of the streets, man, very soon. Okay? And when this starts to happen, all right, nobody's going to come help her. Nobody's going to help her. All right, because this is the karma that she brought upon herself. She going to have to deal with this judgment on her own. All right? Since she don't need a man, and since, you know, the so-called black man is so beneath her, right? She going to have to deal with this shit on her own. All right. And she's not going to be able to stand up to it, man. She's not going to be able to stand up to it. The Lord going to humble the shit out of the so-called black woman. You black women are going to be humbled in these latter days, man. All right. It's going to be so much judgment out here. You're going to be constantly traumatized, and you're going to be in a perpetual state of fear to where your body ain't even going to want to, you can't even move your body. You just stuck, scared to death. Okay? You ain't gonna know what to do. And all that goddamn Beyonce shit, all that single lady shit, right? All that tough black girl magic shit, you gonna throw that shit out the window, and you gonna become that scared little girl once again, right? You're going to become that scared little girl once again that the little girl you were before you lost your virginity and before you completely lost your mind. All right. You're going to become that little girl again. The Lord is going to scare you black women. All right. The Lord is going to scare that pride out of you, man, with the judgment that's going to be going on out here. Let me get this in a different translation. Micah 7:10 in the NLT. It says, then my enemies will see that the Lord is on my side. They will be ashamed that they taunted me, saying, so where is the Lord, that God of yours? With my own eyes, I will see their downfall. They will be trampled like mud in the streets. Okay. NIV. It says, then my enemy will see it and will be covered with shame. She who said to me, where is the Lord your God? My eyes will see her downfall. Even now she will be trampled underfoot like mire in the streets. Okay. We gonna see your shame. You black woman that's been popping this shit, okay? We gonna see it, all right? The Lord is gonna allow us to bear witness, you black women getting fucked up out here. Because while the black woman thinks that it's her time to shine, meanwhile, things like this is happening, all right? Check this out. It says, an ICE officer admitted to raping a woman in custody for months. He did this in exchange for letting her see her daughter. See, these are the times we living in. So while the black woman is out here making enemies, while she's out here getting on podcasts, okay, having a goddamn 2-hour long podcast from start to finish, talking about how niggas ain't shit. The black man, you know, he needs to do this more. And why would I respect him? Why would I submit to him? Right? She's so fucking concentrated on bigging herself up. Meanwhile, evils like this are multiplying in the earth that are going to directly affect the women in this country. And guess what? You black women are going to get this type of treatment, the absolute worst. Because one thing that I know, and that we all know, is a woman's greatest fear is to be taken advantage of sexually. That is a woman's greatest fear. All right? No doubt. Okay? So a lot of you black women, all right, you're getting ready to start going missing. You're getting ready to start getting grabbed up by these soldiers. And they're going to have their way with your ass, man. Okay? And then not to mention the black woman out here is the biggest whore. She'll sleep with anybody. She commits adultery like drinking water. Okay? She'll commit adultery right in front of Jake's face. And then when Jake flips out and loses his mind, which is only natural, she'll call the police on him and get him locked up and frame it like he's crazy. You see? These are the type of things that she do. But the Lord is going to answer you black ass women, man. Okay? The Lord is going to answer y'all. He going to come with that consequence very soon. When society crashes, when this shit falls apart, you black women are going to be in the biggest trouble out here in these streets. Women are going to be in trouble. All right? And we always say that. Women are going to be in the most trouble. But the ultimate woman that's going to be in the most trouble, number one, is the black woman. All right? You're going to get fucked up the worst. All right? Because a lot of men, they might not even want to sexually assault you. You got a lot of men out here that's just probably going to want to smash your head in for all that wickedness that you've done. Okay? Especially if you look like, you look like your modern day Keisha in that day with wigs and nails, and you're loud and you're fucking obnoxious. Yeah, men are going to put something through your skull, man. All right? Because everybody is going to remember how wicked and wild and vile you black women were when society was up and running. Okay? And I'm not saying anything that somebody with common sense does not know. I'm not making this shit up. This is how a lot of men feel. They just don't know how to voice it. All right? So let me get this last scripture right here. Okay, Jeremiah 4, and we'll start at verse 30. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and clarify this. This is ultimately talking, this verse, this scripture right here is ultimately talking about the nation of Israel. All right? Just so nobody can say, oh, he's breaking that down wrong. No, I'll say it right here. This is talking about the nation of Israel, but this can also be equated, okay, to the women of Babylon. All right? Because this is what they're getting ready to deal with. This is what you women in Babylon is getting ready to deal with. You're getting ready to deal with being hunted down. You're getting ready to deal with extreme paranoia because, death is at every corner. Okay? And you black women that are evil and wicked and that have taken full advantage of the serpent's deal, right, that he made with you, okay, to sell your man out, to throw him under the bus, to kick him out the house, to don't let him be an active father so that way you can receive government assistance. Shame him on the internet, shame him on the movies, shame him on the radio, right? Don't listen to nobody, right? You women that have taken that deal, okay, this is what you're going to have to deal with. So it's all relative. So this is Jeremiah 4:30. It says, and where thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Okay, when you black women, all right, because you got a lot of black women out here that, they got a lot of arrogance and pride because a lot of these black women out here, they might have, they own car, they own apartment, right? You see it all the time because one thing a lot of these black women is going to do, they're going to figure out a way to manipulate the system to their advantage and have nice things just so they could shit on the so-called black man, just so they could say, I don't need no man and what could a nigga do for me? This is the type of things that they saying. So, you got a lot of black women out here that go hard to get their own shit going. So that way they can shit on the black man. Okay. But they getting ready to get spoiled. All right. They getting ready to have some grimy, savage individuals that's going to come up in that 2-bedroom condo. And because she ain't got no man up in there, of course, because she's an independent fucking hoochie, right? There ain't gonna be nothing she could do about it. So when you're spoiled, when you black women start getting spoiled, what are y'all gonna do? You kicked your man to the curb. You made a public shame of him to the point to where he don't even want to deal with you no more. He gotta go. The so-called black man gotta fucking get a passport and go to the other side of the world just to get a woman to be nice to him. All right, you black women ain't even nice, man. You don't even want to be nice to the men of your nation. You don't even want to be nice, man. You talk to one of these fucking black goddamn demons, and it's like, oh my gosh, this motherfucker just negative. She looking at you like she better than you, right? She don't have no social skills. She expect you to kiss her ass. Fuck you, okay? Straight up, you wicked black women, fuck you. And I'll be the first to say it. Well, I ain't the first to say it. I'm one of the many to tell you black women, fuck you. All right? You wicked black women. All right? It says, though thou clothest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rinsest thy face with painting, right? And the black woman is real flashy, right? You see it. Look at the clothes that she wear. Look at her hairstyle. She's all flashy. So the Lord is basically saying, look, just because you flashy, just because you black women have put on this facade and you put on this image like you're the greatest woman on earth, right? With all of them ornaments, with all of them different hair colors, okay? All of them light, bright clothes that you black women be wearing, all right? That don't mean that your judgment ain't gonna come. Y'all got a heavy tab to pay for that wickedness that you've been doing for all of these decades towards the so-called black man. Okay, it says, thou rentest thy face with painting, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee, they will seek thy life. Right? Verse 31, it says, for I have heard a voice as of a woman in travail, in the anguish as of her that bringeth forth her first child. That means that a lot of you black women, you getting ready to be screaming out here. You getting ready to be screaming. Okay? Y'all getting ready to be screaming. All right? And don't try to come crawling back. Okay? Don't be trying to put out them little PSAs on the internet. Where y'all going? Where the black man at? I just got chased by a group of men and they was trying to kill me. Where's the black man at? Don't try that shit then. All right? You didn't need us, remember? You didn't need us. Okay? It says, the voice of the daughter of Zion that bewelleth herself, that spreadeth her hands, saying, woe is me now, for my soul is wearied because of murderers. Now, like I said, this is talking about the whole nation of Israel, but hey, it's all relative, man, because the black woman is what? She's an Israelite. So it's all relative. So this is what a lot of you black women, you're getting ready to deal with, being chased down. Okay. A lot of you nigga women, you don't understand how many enemies y'all really have, man. And it ain't just the black man is your enemy, because that's how y'all like to frame it. The black man, he's doing this to us. He's doing that to us. You black women, you got a lot more enemies than what you believe. Okay. You got enemies of the other nations that want to get at your ass. That's why when you black ass bitches, you go out to these other countries, these heathen countries, them heathens beat the shit out you black women and embarrass you. Okay. And a lot of them kick you out of their country, right? They don't fuck with you. Okay. Because they see how you treat your own man. Okay. Then you go out there to the heathen countries and you expect some sort of fucking red carpet, some red carpet rollout. I'm a black woman. I'm not, you can't talk to me like that. Them niggas be slapping you bitches in the mouth when you get out to them other countries, man. So yeah, you black women, you got a lot more enemies than what y'all believe, man. Okay, and it's gonna all come out when society crash. Okay, and when you black women are a target out here, all right. Hey, don't try to come crawling back, man. Don't you try to come crawling back. You stand and you stand and fight like a man. Because that's what y'all want to be. Okay. A lot of you wicked black women. All right. Y'all want to be men. Okay. Well, you handle your business like a man when society crash, man, when the lights shut out, man. Okay. And these wicked, violent spirits start coming out to the forefront. All right. Okay. You're going to have to deal with all of that with no protection from men. Okay. That's going to be your judgment. Left out here alone. Now, before I close this video out, I just want to put out a disclaimer. I'm not talking about, the so-called black women that are locked into the truth, that believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the sisters, as we like to call them, right? I'm not talking about y'all. Hey, for y'all out there that are trying to escape the typical black woman stigma, and you're actually trying to clean yourself up because now you've been cleansed by the word and you know what it takes to actually become a daughter of Zion, right? And represent our nation as a so-called black female the right way. Keep doing what you're doing. Okay. Keep repenting, keep fighting, and be very careful of that demonic, rebellious nigga woman spirit. Okay. Because that shit is a spirit, man. All right. It's a demon. Okay. These black women that are out here wicked the way that they are, they're under a spell. So for, you sisters that can recognize that, okay, stay very clear from that. All right. Don't get caught up in this Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Gabrielle Union propaganda. Okay. Don't let these devils convince you that this is your time to shine and that everything is the so-called black man's fault. Don't fall for these narratives, because those black women that believe that madness, they're going to be destroyed, and they're going to be destroyed in front of you. And you're going to see how the Lord truly feels about these wicked women that have came up against their own nation. The Lord is going to brutalize them in front of the world, and you don't want that judgment. So keep doing what you're doing, and don't let Satan's philosophy, okay, get anywhere near you. All right. But for you wicked black women, okay, that have, bit into the metaphorical fruit of the devil, all right, just understand that the worst is yet to come for you. Okay? And I don't have no mercy, no sympathy. Just like Jake on where's it at? God damn it. Just like Jake on this video right here. Right?
When will you realize that?
Just like these Jakes on this video that understand that you black women are dysfunctional out here, right? These type of Jakes don't have no mercy for the black woman. That's why they calling your ass out, your funky ass out. All right? Well, us men of the Lord, we feel like this times 3, okay? Because we know the real reason why you black women are fucked up the way that you are. All right? We know
when will you realize?
damn it. We know the details, and we know how you sold us out. And we know that you're our enemy. So for all of you wicked black women that have cleaved on to everything that this serpent has gave you, may Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai destroy your wicked ass. All right? Just like that. All right? So I just want to, go ahead and say that. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. I'll give all praises once again to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Shalom.